Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Xbot. I hope you guys are doing absolutely wonderful today. Today's video, we're going to go over some of the updated settings that you guys might want to try out here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War since the newest update has rolled out. I've had some success in the game. I've got some dope gameplays. I've dropped a few nukes. We've done some cool things here in Black Ops Cold War, so I definitely think I've found a good happy medium where I want my settings to be, and I want to share them with all of you guys so you can get set up, especially if you guys are using a next generation console, because I am playing on the PS5 currently. I have some of the audio and video settings set up that I think are just absolutely prime, and I definitely think that you guys should check them out. Before we jump into the gameplay, I do want to ask you guys, if it does help you out in any way, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you guys do enjoy watching live stream Call of Duty content, I do stream over on Twitch. You can check my link out down in the description of this video. My Twitch is Dexbot with a 0. Would love to have you guys come hang out, play with me, join my community. I do use Discord to interact and communicate with my community as well. There's a link to join my Discord server down in the description as well if you guys want to join that. With that being said, let's jump into the settings video. All right, so I'm going to run through these settings here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War that you guys should be using. I'm going to start with the controller first. I am currently using the default PlayStation controller. I don't have a SCUF controller for the PS5 yet, as they have not come out. I really miss using my SCUF controller because, you know, it gave me a few extra options and movements, but I'm still playing with the default PS5 controller at this time. So I wanted to at least throw that out to let you guys know what controller that I am using. To start with, I'm using 7 for my horizontal stick sensitivity. I'm using 6 for the vertical stick sensitivity. For my aim down sight stick sensitivity for the low zoom, I'm using 1.2. For the stick sensitivity for high zoom, I'm using a 1. For my button layout, I'm keeping it default. I don't mind trying to play claw to be able to like maneuver my hand a little bit so I could slide and jump shot and stuff like that. That's how I used to play before I actually was able to invest and become partnered with SCUF through Carnage. So I've always been a SCUF customer, but back in the day, I used to play claw. I'm just getting a little older now. My hands are starting to like cramp up a little bit doing that. So hopefully SCUF will release a controller here in the near future. As for the bumpers, I play with the default settings on that. For my inverted vertical look, I keep it disabled. I don't play inverted. I always think it's kind of crazy that some people might invert their vertical look, and you know, when down looks up and up looks down, all that. If any of you guys play inverted, let me know down in the comments. I know my buddy, one of my buddies I play with a lot, it plays inverted, and I think it's crazy. It's mind blowing. For the aim response curve type, I play standard. For my controller vibration, I have gotten to where I turn it off now. A lot of times whenever a Call of Duty game starts out and it first releases, I'll leave controller vibration on for a little bit so I can kind of get used to feeling the hit markers, get used to what the time to kill feels like, how long it takes. And once I get a good feel for that, you know, as far as like the timing, playing off of like muscle memory, because that's something that works for me personally, I will then dial back and disable controller vibration. So I have now disabled controller vibration because I've gotten used to the time to kill, and I don't want my controller vibrating. I don't want anything trying to take away from me having the most accurate shot possible whenever I go to try to take out enemies. For the trigger effect, I am keeping that enabled. For those of you that are not aware, this is like a feedback system that's in the left trigger and right trigger, L2 and R2 in the PS5 controller, and you get like feedback based on when you're shooting and moving around the map and stuff like that. So I do kind of like the trigger effect. I have left that enabled for the time being. I've left the vibration sensitivity at 100 as well. For the target aim assist, I have that enabled. Basically, I want to have my aim get slowed down whenever I get near a person. I want that aim assist whenever I go to aim and shoot at an enemy. For my target aim assist mode, I am leaving this on standard. For the aim down sight assist, I am playing enabled. For the airborne mantle behavior, I have that set to automatic. Whenever I go to aim down sight, I want to be able to press and hold. I don't want to have to toggle the aim down sight behavior. I want to press and hold it to have to stay aim down sight. My steady aim behavior, I have set to hold. For my armor behavior, I have it set to apply 1 right now. I think whenever I go to possibly play some more Dirty Bomb or some Warzone, I might change it to apply all. But I don't usually normally play modes that require me to basically put on armor. So let me know what you guys use for that. If you guys play Warzone, do you use apply 1, apply all? Would love to know what everyone's using down in the comments. For the attack vehicle control mode, it is set to aim based. For my stick layout, like I said, I am playing default, even though I don't have a SCUF anymore. I do still rock the default setup. And for my left stick min and right stick min, for my input thresholds, as well as the max, I have left all of them at the default settings. I don't feel like I needed to move a lot of that around. I've just literally left it right where it is, and I am comfortable playing just like that. I pretty much have my sensitivities and everything set to where I want. So I've just kind of left that alone. I did, however, disable controller sounds because I don't want any audio coming out of my controller. I want all of my audio coming through my headphones and with my audio settings that I have set up. For auto move forward, I have it disabled. For auto sprint, I have disabled that. I think sometimes whenever I'm in certain scenarios, I would want to walk. I might not want to sprint at certain scenarios. I don't know if I might end up changing that later on. I'm really not sure. For my sprint behavior, I do have it set to toggle. And for sprint cancels reload, I have that set to disabled. I know a lot of people might tell you to enable your sprint canceling your reload. So say if you started to reload and you wanted to get out of that reload animation, you could like click the forward trigger a little bit on your joystick and you would cancel the reload. You know, you could kind of like get out of it. For me personally, I like to be like, say like I pick up a double kill or triple kill and I'm in a certain situation and I'm able to start the reload. And I can start reloading my gun, but then I can start trying to run away simultaneously. I like that option, that maneuverability to try to get away. So that's just a personal preference, but I find a lot of value in keeping that disabled. For the parachute auto deploy, I have that set to enabled. I'm not playing very many modes that cause me to parachute at this time. For my equipment behavior, I want to press and hold to take out my lethal and tactical equipment. And for my interactive reload, I want to tap to reload that as well. As for the graphics, I have not messed around with the colorblind modes in this Call of Duty. I think between my monitor setup and the PS5 settings, I haven't messed with the colorblind and brightness at all. I mean, I know whenever you first load up the game, you get, prompted to set your safe area. You get prompted to set the brightness. In the past, I've messed around with colorblind modes to kind of give me different colors, like a different theme kind of. One thing that's unique for my setup, I am able to play at 120 hertz refresh rate. As you can see here, it's grayed out because those settings, once I have them enabled, it's based on, the way I have my entire system wired and my monitor that I'm choosing to display my video on. So I had to disable ray tracing, as you can see here, whenever it was giving me the option. I had to disable ray tracing to have the option to enable the 120 hertz refresh rate. Now, once I have it set up, it basically stays locked like this unless I change my entire video display. So I think it's so cool to be able to actually play at 120 hertz right now. One thing that was unique for my setup, because the way I have everything wired to be able to capture all my gameplay and audio and video and all of these different inputs that I have, is that I had to have like 3 HDMI 2.1 cables to be able to get the full 120 hertz to be able to take effect. Like, because initially, I believe in my last best settings video that I made, I wanted to play at 120 hertz, but I couldn't figure out how. I was like, I don't understand, because I had the HDMI 2.1 coming out the back of the PS5 to a splitter, and then that would run to my PC where my capture card is, and then I have another HDMI cable that runs from my PC to my monitor. Well, I only had one HDMI 2.1 cable. I had to get 2 more HDMI 2.1 cables, to, I guess, to basically complete the circuit. And then once I did that, then I was able to play at 120 hertz refresh rate. And let me tell you guys, it looks freaking beautiful. As for the field of view, I am playing at 103. For my aim down sight field of view, I am playing affected. And for the motion blur, make sure you guys disable this. If you leave it enabled, whenever you aim and look real quick from side to side and stuff like that, you can see the graphic here. Whenever you go in your settings, you literally see a blur whenever you're moving. And say like you're turning real quick one way and your enemy's sprinting across the screen the other way, like you might end up like 2 blurs like passing each other, and you might miss out on something, So I would definitely suggest disabling that motion blur so you could always have the best clear image of what you're looking at that you can possibly have. As for the audio, mute sound, I can't mute the sound. I got to be able to hear. But I pretty much left almost all of my audio settings set to default, 100 across the board for all of the volumes here. And I did change my audio preset. It defaulted to a Treyarch mix. I do use an Astro A40's headphones, so I did change my audio preset to headphone. But I have a lot of different audio settings based off of my mixer as well. That would take me a whole nother video to go in how my entire mixer is set up. But I believe the more casual players, some of you guys that might be checking this out, might not have a setup quite as complex as mine to be able to create. Maybe you're just jumping in and playing and want to know how to set some things up. So if you're using headphones, it could be a good preset. Honestly, if you don't want to mess around with a lot of different audio settings, the Treyarch mix will probably be fine as well. I do leave my hit marker sound effect enabled. I want to hear whenever I do get hit marks. As much as they might piss you off, I still want to know whenever I do hit an enemy. I do leave voice chat enabled in the game chat. My voice chat volume set to 1. Open mic sensitivity I have set to 70, and my mic volume set to 1. I don't really use an open mic very often in Black Ops Cold War because I believe the only way I could do it on PS5 is actually talking through the controller. Yeah, all my mic and everything that I have set up, I don't have actually audio input to the PS5 itself now. Subtitles, I did turn them off. I didn't need to have them being displayed. My crosshairs, I do want shown on the screen. Hit marker visuals, in addition to hearing them, I want to make sure they're shown on the screen as well. I want the damage-based hit markers. I think are pretty cool. As you can see right here on the screen, it shows the little white hit marker for more of a standard type of damage. But whenever you do a little more lethal hit, it'll show a red hit marker. So it kind of gives you that visual indication that you're doing a little bit more damage. And I like that. Ally health bars and enemy health bars. I want the health bars above the players' names because I want as much information that I can get about how weak an enemy is or how weak my teammate is, or actually how much health they may have as well. I want to know if I need to push to help, if I need to push to finish a kill, or if I need to, maybe I don't have a lot of ammo on my gun. If I see that they still have a lot of health, like maybe, all right, maybe I won't push them. I didn't do quite as much damage as I thought I could have. I'll reload and then maybe make an approach, you know? So I want all of that information that I can have about the health bars. Players' names, I think it's a great tool to be able to identify different players. I leave the horizontal compass enabled at the top of the screen. I do want to know different directions that will show me orientation in case I need to call out to enemies. I believe that's something that's a little more useful playing something like a Warzone or potentially Fireteam Dirty Bomb. The more standard multiplayer modes, you don't use it a lot, but there's nothing wrong with it being up there. It doesn't bother me. For the floating damage numbers, I do leave it enabled whenever you do a damage to a zombie. And for zombie names and health bars, I do like to see both of those tickers as well on the screen. As for some of the advanced settings for the interface, I leave in-game alert icons enabled to let you know maybe if you're having some high latency variation, if you get disconnected, packet bursts, anything like that. So it kind of just tells you a little bit about your connection. My input device icons I keep hidden, and for mouse tooltips I leave shown. As for keyboard and mouse, I don't have any settings because I do play with a controller like I previously mentioned. So if you're looking for settings for a keyboard and mouse, I'm sorry, I don't have you covered there, unfortunately. And then for my account and network, I leave crossplay enabled. Cloud safe settings I leave enabled. My connection, you know, obviously I'm connected, blah blah blah. As for the graphic content enabled, profanity filter I do leave enabled, especially whenever I'm trying to create some of this content and I'm doing these live streams over on Twitch. I don't want basically rude or derogatory comments coming across. We all know that the internet creates a safe space for a lot of idiots, so I don't want to have to deal with anything like that coming through that I don't want to. I do leave all of my notifications on for friend requests and party invites. Matchmaking delay, I have it set to disabled, and I don't currently use code names for myself or other players. Even though I do stream, I usually don't have a lot of problems getting stream sniped. We have a really positive community that we've built here in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And if you're new to my content, you're just now checking this out, I would love for you guys to become a part of this community. So like I said, drop me a sub on YouTube. It would be greatly appreciated. Make sure you guys follow my Twitch stream and join my Discord server if you want to get to know me as a creator, get to know my community. The bot lot is lit. I would love to have you guys come on board and be a part of this movement that we're making here in this game. So thank you guys so much for checking out the video. If this helps you out in any way, let me know down in the comments. We'd love to get to know you guys. And basically that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
I can't lose, I'ma pass through if I have to. Teach them all like a classroom, If I want it, then I get it. Work hard, don't regret it, yeah I said it, Head down, I'm focused, you know this. They know this, show this, mind blowing. Keep going, showing, I'm growing, flowing and coasting, I'm on